Pete, this is Eric Smith. Hope you are doing well, and just wanted to say thank you for all your many years of service. It has been an absolute pleasure working with you. Our partnerships have never been stronger, and we just really want to say thanks from the bottom of our heart for all that you've meant to law enforcement here in Northeast Ohio. We also know that when we walk around and drive around the streets of Cleveland or Northern Ohio, that we know somewhere, somehow you are out there lurking in the shadows trying to keep folks safe. And for that, we are very grateful and thankful. So I'll make sure that the next time I turn a corner to keep a cautious eye out to nod and just not to blow your cover, but just to pay respects to you being out in the street as a leader and as a law enforcement professional. So thank you.
Pete, congratulations. This is a great night for you, I know, and it's a great night for the Bluecoats. And I think it's really important to highlight the fact that we have two really great friends to law enforcement who are both in the same room together tonight, the Bluecoats and Pete Elliott. And there is really no better friend for law enforcement than both of those together. And I think it's very fitting that you're being honored in this way. I'm looking very much forward to seeing what you have to say. I know you'll do a great job, but I just want to say congratulations. And I also want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done for me personally over the years, but also thank you for everything that you've done for law enforcement. Really appreciate your support, and this honor is well-deserved and well-earned. Thank you very much.
Hello, Pete. I want to thank you for everything that you've done for us. As you know, that we have been a part of the Violent Fugitive Task Force for many years, and not only has it helped us capture some of our people that had warrants, but we also enjoyed the things that our deputies have learned under your tutelage, and it's been fantastic. Ever since I've been at the Sheriff's Office, you have always been there for us. Anytime I needed something, you gave me your cell phone right off the bat, and anytime that I've called on you, you have been there to help us, even if it was in other parts of the country. So for that, I congratulate you and thank you very much for everything you've done for Northern Ohio.
I think to appreciate why Pete Elliott has been such a successful U.S. Marshal, you need to know three things about him. First, Pete is a great family man and he has a great family. He's a good father, a great husband, and candidly in this case, I think important to know a good son. I know a lot of his love for law enforcement came from his dad, and I think he's done a great job in representing that legacy. Secondly, he loves to work in the community. Certainly, he loves the law enforcement piece, but what he also enjoys is helping people. I think back to my experience with him years ago at the Fugitive Safe Surrender event, and just such an amazing way, not just of helping meet his goals around law enforcement, but also really helping people, helping families. It was an exciting time. And then lastly, Pete loves to build a team. You'll hear him talk about his guys all the time. He loves his guys. Candidly, he'd be a great leader in any area, but particularly as a U.S. Marshal. He's done a great job. We appreciate him, and we're lucky to have him here in this community.
Well, when you think of the term U.S. Marshal, and you live in the northern part of the state of Ohio, you automatically think of Pete Elliott. And I think that that's obvious, but when you think about Pete and all the things that he's accomplished, and you see him on TV, you read about him in the newspapers, I really think that he didn't dedicate his life for all the notoriety and publicity, to the career that he's undertaken. I think that Pete, if you asked him, would say that all the accomplishments that have happened in the U.S. Marshal's office since he's been there weren't solely because of him. I think he would point to his team and he would say, hey, my team is responsible for this. It's because of them, and it's because of all the federal, state, and local law enforcement people working together that has really allowed me to have such a great number of accomplishments in the U.S. Marshal's office.
Hi, Pete. Remember when we first met? You came to my home. Kids were very little, shortly after Wayne died, and you came to my house, sat on my couch, talked to me about all your ideas about Fugitive Safe Surrender and the Violent Fugitive Task Force, all starting in, all as a result of how Wayne died by violent fugitive on the run. And you told me about how you planned to do this, and I remember you telling me, this is a promise to you and your family that I'm going to do this for Wayne. And how amazing that was, and how you spoke of how you had an idea while you were on the treadmill about fugitive safe surrender, and how important it was for you to make this happen, and you promised that it was going to happen. And you did, Pete. You're amazing. Look at all the people you took off the streets, how you made the community safer, how you keep Wayne's memory alive, and how you keep our safety forces safe. Lives are saved because of your work. Thank you, Pete.